Hey guys.
Hey.
So here we are in this wonderful bed together, as we do every night. And I have a question about dreams. Do you guys remember your dreams, and how much detail and how often can you usually remember them? Travis?
Um, I'd say, oh, I'd say on average I can remember them fairly well. Today I did not. Yeah. There's a second part of that question.
Well, I find you in particular sometimes are able to describe your dreams in an incredible amount of detail. And I can't do that. Even if I remember my dreams, I remember them so sporadically. But maybe you could talk about that a little bit.
Okay, I'll talk about that. So when I think about dreams, I think about growing up uh, in my life on this planet, and my cottage where my grandparents retired, and they would ask me what my dreams were every morning, and I usually remember, and my grandfather would say, "I don't remember." Yeah, Frankie.
Thank you, Travis. Fantastic answer. I find I can remember the people that are in my dreams and like a vague thing of what we did, but I don't remember a lot of like the small details. Matthew.
Thank you. Um, I don't often remember my dreams, I feel like. But when I do, it's usually because like I have to get up to go pee or something. Like really bad, and then like I'll wake up in the middle of the dream, or in my dream I'm about to pee and I'm like, "Oh boy, get up. This is not a good time." Yeah, so normally I don't really remember, but it's always sweet to remember. And I feel like Trav, you're crazy with it. Like you remember everything. Yeah. Congratulations.
There was one time where Ferd had a dream that he really wanted to remember, so he wrote it down, and it sounded nuts.
Yeah. Yeah, I had a dream one time when was that on the tour over here as well, I think.
I think so.
And it was about Kendrick Lamar. Because I had been listening to Kendrick Lamar's album. and and I had a dream with him in it where he was doing some real gangster stuff, and I asked him if I could help him at all with his gangster thing that he was doing, and he let me help him out, which I thought was really nice. Give me a new experience.
To Kendrick.
To Kendrick. Your question, Trav?
Okay. My question is, there's such thing as like ice hotels, and where the bed is made of ice and stuff like that, and the pillows. You've heard of this?
Yeah.
Yeah. If you had the opportunity to sleep in one for a summer, would you take that opportunity? Frankie, my friend.
Full summer.
So a whole summer in an ice hotel?
That's right.
Are we just going on sleeping, or like are there cool things to do at the hotel?
Yeah, just sleeping.
Okay.
So you could be somewhere else for the day, and then at the night you would go to bed in a nice bed.
Is it a hot summer?
Well,
Well, it would melt, I guess, if it was.
we're getting too particular now. It's just a simple yes or no.
I'm gonna go on record as a yes for the ice hotel.
It sounds kind of like I don't think I'd want to sleep on a nice bed, but it does sound nice. Thank you for offering.
I'd definitely give it a try. It's nice to go home something cold. And I think, when I've seen it in a movie or something, they're still comfortable sleeping on it. There's sheets and stuff. So, but you'd like be hot all day and then you go into the ice hotel and just cool off, have a nice sleep. That sounds awesome to me. I'd definitely go for it. You?
Yeah, I would definitely try it. I've only heard good things, so
Right.
might as well.
Have you guys ever had a dream where when you woke up you thought what happened had really happened in real life?
That's a great question, and that happens to me a lot, but it's not when I wake up that I think it happened. It's like I'll remember sometime throughout the day the event in my dream, and I'll be like, is that real? Or I think that was real. No. And then sometimes I'll have to ask, like you or whoever in the band, like, did we have a fight yesterday? Or like, are we still friends? But it's crazy. It's so spooky. And I heard, like, this quote that the difference between being sane and insane is you can't tell the difference between reality and dreams or something. So then at one point I was questioning my sanity, but I think we're good. I think we're cool.
Laughing, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that happens. The same thing happens to me when I'll remember it at some random time. I'll be like, what? One time I remember when I was in school, I had a dream where I had a course in school, and I went the whole semester, and I didn't even go to the course at all. I had completely forgotten that I had this course. So I was totally failing it. And I was like, my heart just started beating so fast. I was like, oh my God, I'm failing this course. I didn't go to it ever. I didn't even know about it. And it turned out to be a dream, but I had like a serious 30 minutes of like panic attack where I was like, I gotta figure out what this course is and go. It spooked me hard, but that happens to me.
That's interesting, Ferd. I think I might have had, like, you saying that makes me recall like that kind of feeling as well, which leads me back to this question here by Frankie. And in my experience, I haven't had that too much, which I guess I'm glad for, but I think it could be a good thing too, you know? But not often does it happen to me.
Did you answer, Frankie? Yeah.
Oh, I don't think I answered, but it has happened a couple times. I remember one time as a kid. I'm afraid this might sound sad, but it's a funny story to me, at least. In my dream, I had a dog, and I really wanted a dog as a kid. And when I woke up, I called out the dog's name. But no dog came. But life is great, and back to you, Matt.
A fun fact about Frankie is that for every Christmas and every birthday of his life, he's asked his parents for a dog, and he still doesn't have a dog.
Only in dreams.
Only in dreams. My question is, do you guys have any special techniques for when you're having a hard time getting to sleep? Personally, I'll put on some like rain sounds or something like that, try and zen out. You guys got any tips?
Yeah, that's always frustrating. I find it really hard if I can't sleep. I just get into like a bad cycle. And I'm like, I can't sleep. And then I have to either just lay there for hours until I fall asleep or get up and do something. And sometimes I like to get up and just do something until I'm actually tired, because I find I'm not good at getting to sleep once I get into that space where I'm like, I'm not tired. It's not happening. So I try to get up.
I don't think I have any tricks. No, I just switch positions and hope for the best.
What positions do you switch between?
I usually try my right, and then I try my left. My left is always fun. But I know it never works. It feels the best, but yeah, it never works. So then I go on my back, and that's when I know I can fall asleep. It's like the go-to. So yeah, maybe that's a trick.
Try your left side. It'll be fun.
I don't know.
That's good.
This isn't the answer to the question, and I don't know if it's true, but as a kid I heard, like, if you slept on your right side, it'd be better, because if you were on your left, there'd be more weight on your heart.
Oh,
But
yeah.
I don't know if there's any truth to that.
Interesting. I've never heard that.
But it sounds like the left was more fun. So
Maybe it's more risky.
you love the thrill.
The adrenaline.
Yeah.
I don't think I have any secrets on how to get to sleep. I normally just go back to sites
Yeah,
and then eventually go from there.
on the internet.
Yeah, internet surfing.
You love Wikipedia too.
Yeah, a good wiki
Just look
session.
some stuff up before bed.
Sometimes I find reading at night will help me. When I get into a good cycle where I'm reading every night, I can read, just for like maybe 20, 30 minutes, and then I'm always like ready to go. But if I'm not in that cycle of doing that every night, then that's where problems happen.
Nope.
You have the secret last question.
Oh yeah, we're ready for the secret last question. What monster is under your bed? I didn't think about this at all while we were doing the interview. So you're gonna go first.
The scariest dream I've ever had was when I was young in my old house. I went downstairs and I leaned over in my kitchen and I saw a witch, like a glowing green witch, like Wizard of Oz style.
Oh.
And then I tried to get up and then I realized I was caught in these cobwebs with all these spiders, and then she looked at me and noticed and started laughing. And that was the scariest dream I've ever had. So I guess the witch. However, I shared my room with my younger brother for a couple of years, and he swears that he saw like the devil beside me one time. So I don't know.
So you got a devil and a witch under your bed.
Yeah.
That's spooky.
When I was growing up, I didn't know Michael Jackson was a musician, and I only saw him. I only saw him as on the news, and I thought he lived in my closet as a kid. And I'm sure he was capable, if he was in the closet, to go under the bed. So I think that'd be my answer. Rip MJ.
Man, that's funny.
I like him now.
Yeah, when I was a young kid, I lived with my mom, and I went into her bedroom one night because I couldn't fall asleep, and she wasn't waking up, and I looked over at the doorway, and there was a silhouette of a person, except the eyes, where the eyes would be, there was no shadow there, so it was like two white eyes, and that freaked me out. And then that creature waved at me. I don't know if I was just tripping, but I think that she's still under my bed, maybe.
It was
Yeah.
a woman.
There was no specific gender, but I like to think of her as a woman.
Yeah.
It's kind of comforting.